you been?
English classroom at English Easy School. Teacher Henry is leading a discussion on asking about duration. Henry, the English teacher, enthusiastic and patient. James, a curious student, eager to participate. Evelyn, a thoughtful student, likes to analyze grammar rules.
Okay class, today we're going to talk about a useful phrase for asking about how long something has been happening. How long have you been? Let's practice. James, imagine you meet your friend at the park. How would you ask how long they've been waiting for you?
I'd say, hey, how long have you been waiting?
Excellent. Evelyn, what if you see your neighbor painting their house and you want to know how long they've been at it?
I'd ask, how long have you been painting your house? But wait, wouldn't how long are you painting your house also work?
Good point, Evelyn. Both are grammatically correct, but there's a slight difference. How long have you been focuses on the duration that has already passed, while how long are you emphasizes the ongoing action and might imply you're interested in the total duration.
So, how long have you been? Is like looking back at the clock. And, how long are you? Is like looking at the timer?
That's a great analogy, James. Remember, how long have you been often uses the present perfect tense have been to show the completed action in the past and its connection to the present.
Okay, I think I understand. But what if someone asks me, how long have you been studying English? I haven't actually stopped studying, so wouldn't how long are you studying English be more accurate?
You're right, Evelyn. In that case, both options are fine. It depends on whether you want to emphasize the ongoing process or the total duration so far. You could even say, how long have you been studying English, and do you plan to continue for much longer?
Wow, that's a lot to think about. But it does make sense.
Absolutely. The more you practice, the more comfortable you'll be using how long have you been, naturally. Now, let's pair up and practice asking and answering questions using this phrase. Remember, focus on the completed action and its connection to the present. Great job, everyone. Remember, how long have you been is a versatile phrase that can be used in many situations. Don't be afraid to experiment and have fun with it.
This conversation demonstrates how Teacher Henry guides James and Evelyn in understanding the nuances of using how long have you been. It highlights the difference between focusing on the completed action and the ongoing process, and provides examples of how to adapt the phrase to different situations.
All right, class, let's get back to our discussion on how long have you been. Remember, we want to focus on the duration of something that has already been happening. James, you were asking about your friend waiting at the park. What if they were reading a book while waiting?
I guess I'd ask, how long have you been reading that book? And how long have you been waiting for me?
Perfect. You're highlighting both the specific action, reading, and the overall duration, waiting. Evelyn, what if you saw your neighbor's house painting wasn't finished, but they were taking a break?
I think I'd say, how long have you been painting your house today? Are you almost done?
Excellent. You're acknowledging the ongoing project while focusing on the specific time spent today. Now, let's try some more challenging situations. James, imagine you're at a restaurant and the waiter hasn't brought your food yet. How would you politely ask about the delay?
I could say, excuse me, but how long have we been waiting for our food? We ordered quite a while ago.
Great way to be polite and specific about the situation. Evelyn, what if you're learning a new skill, like playing the guitar, and you want to express how long you've been practicing?
I could say, I've been playing the guitar for a few months now, but I'm still a beginner.
You're right. You can use how long have I been to talk about your own experiences and progress. Now let's take it a step further. Imagine you're interviewing someone for a job. How could you use how long have you been? To learn about their experience?
I might ask, how long have you been working in this field? What kind of experience do you have?
Exactly. You're using the phrase to gather information about someone's past and its relevance to the present opportunity. Evelyn, what if you're talking to a friend who just had a major life event, like getting married or moving to a new city?
I'd probably say, congratulations on your wedding. How long have you been married now, and how are you adjusting to your new life?
Great. You're showing empathy and using the phrase to engage in a meaningful conversation. Remember, how long have you been is a powerful tool for asking about the past in a way that connects to the present. Don't be afraid to get creative and explore its various uses.
This conversation expands on the previous one by exploring more complex situations and highlighting the versatile use of how long have you been in various contexts, from polite inquiries to expressing personal experiences and conducting interviews. It encourages students to think creatively and apply the phrase in meaningful ways.
All right, class, let's take this "how long have you been" game up a notch. Today, we'll add a twist, guessing. Imagine you stumble upon someone doing something unusual like juggling flaming torches or knitting underwater. Your goal is to figure out the duration through clever questions using "how long have you been?"
Sounds like a detective game. I'm in.
Me too. Let's play.
Wonderful. James, you're first. Describe your scenario.
Okay. I see a guy balancing a stack of plates on his nose while riding a unicycle, blindfolded.
How long have you been able to balance plates on your nose? Might reveal if it's a new skill or an established talent.
Good call. And then, how long have you been riding a unicycle while blindfolded? Are you training for a circus act?
Excellent questions, James. You're using the phrase to gather both general and specific information, building towards a clearer picture. Now, Evelyn, your turn. Paint us a picture.
I see a woman underwater, knitting a sweater out of seaweed.
Whoa, that's wild. Maybe ask, how long have you been comfortable diving so deep? To gauge your experience.
And then, how long have you been knitting with seaweed? Is it harder than regular yarn?
Fantastic teamwork. You're not just asking about duration, you're also connecting it to their skills and challenges. Remember, sometimes the unexpected details paint the most vivid picture.
This is fun. Can I go again? I imagine finding a dog wearing a tiny chef's hat, flipping tiny pancakes in a miniature kitchen.
How long has your dog been interested in cooking? Sets the stage. Then, how long have you been training him to flip pancakes? Dives into the specifics.
Brilliant, James. You're tailoring your questions to the absurdity of the situation, adding humor while still focusing on the duration aspect. Remember, it's okay to have fun and be creative with this phrase.
This continuation emphasizes the playful and creative potential of using "how long have you been?" It encourages students to go beyond straightforward inquiries and use the phrase to build engaging narratives and explore details. The focus is on learning through humor and collaboration, making the process of mastering the grammar rule enjoyable and memorable.
All right, class, let's take a break from the wild scenarios and apply "how long have you been" to real-life situations. James, imagine you're meeting your grandparents for the first time in years. What would you ask them?
I'd definitely say, how long have you been living in this house? To get a sense of their history here. And maybe, how long have you been married? To learn about their relationship.
Nice! You're using the phrase to connect with their past and understand their present lives. I'd also ask, how long have you been enjoying this hobby? Or, how long have you been passionate about this cause? To delve deeper into their interests.
Excellent points, Evelyn. Remember, how long have you been can be a powerful tool for building personal connections and fostering deeper conversations. Now, imagine you're interviewing a potential roommate. What questions would you ask?
How long have you been living on your own? Could reveal their experience with independent living. And how long have you been looking for a roommate? Might help gauge their urgency and expectations.
I'd also ask, how long have you known your current roommates, to understand their dynamics and communication style? And, how long do you plan to stay in this apartment, to ensure our living situations align?
Fantastic. You're using the phrase to assess compatibility and manage expectations. Remember, how long have you been can be a valuable tool for making informed decisions in various situations. Now, let's switch gears and think about personal goals. Evelyn, what would you ask yourself if you're starting a new project?
I'd ask, how long have I been wanting to do this, to reflect on my motivation? And, how long do I think it will take to achieve my goal, to set realistic expectations and track progress?
I'd also ask, how long have I been putting off this project? To identify any procrastination tendencies. And how long am I willing to dedicate to it each day, to create a sustainable plan?
Great self-reflection, everyone. How long have you been can be a powerful tool for introspection and setting achievable goals. Remember, it's not just about external situations, but also about understanding your own journey and aspirations.
This final installment focuses on the introspective and self-reflective potential of how long have you been? It encourages students to use the phrase to understand their own motivations, set goals, and track progress. By applying the phrase to real-life situations and personal aspirations, the conversation reinforces its versatility and practical value.
Okay, class, let's push the envelope with how long have you been? Today, we'll explore the realm of hypotheticals and historical events. James, imagine you're a time traveler who just arrived in ancient Egypt. What questions would you ask the pharaoh?
I'd definitely ask, how long have you been ruling Egypt? To gauge their experience and power. And maybe, how long have you been planning the construction of the pyramids? To delve into their ambitions and engineering prowess.
Great questions. You're using the phrase to bridge the gap between past and present, understanding their timeline and achievements. I'd also ask, how long have you been worshipping these gods, to explore their religious beliefs and traditions?
Excellent, Evelyn. You're connecting their actions to their belief systems, adding depth to the historical context. Now, imagine you're interviewing a fictional character like Sherlock Holmes or Jane Austen. What would you ask them?
How long have you been honing your detective skills, Mr. Holmes, to understand their journey to expertise? And maybe, how long have you been observing human behavior, Miss Austen, to delve into their keen insights and understanding of society?
I'd also ask, how long have you been working on this particular case, for Sherlock, and how long have you been writing about the lives of women in your time, for Jane, to link their present actions to specific projects?
Fantastic. You're using the phrase to explore their ongoing processes and creative endeavors. Remember, how long have you been can be applied even to fictional characters, adding a new dimension to their narratives. Now, let's get a bit philosophical. Evelyn, what would you ask yourself if you could travel through time?
I'd ask, how long have I been searching for meaning in life, to reflect on my philosophical journey? And maybe, how long have I been striving to leave a positive impact on the world, to assess my contributions and goals?
I'd also ask, how long have I been holding on to regrets or missed opportunities, to confront past mistakes and learn from them? And how long do I want to keep growing and evolving, to set ambitious personal aspirations?
Profound questions, everyone. How long have you been can be a powerful tool for self-discovery and introspection even when it comes to intangible concepts like meaning and growth. Remember, the phrase can be used to explore not only the external world but also the depths of our own existence.
This final continuation delves into the philosophical and introspective potential of how long have you been? It encourages students to apply the phrase to their own lives and explore existential questions about time, meaning, and personal growth. By reflecting on their own experiences and aspirations, the conversation reinforces the versatility and value of the phrase as a tool for self-discovery and understanding.
All right, class, let's wrap up our How Long Have You Been journey with a final challenge. Imagine you're all stranded on a desert island. You have limited resources and need to work together to survive. How would you use How Long Have You Been to assess your situation and plan your next steps?
I'd definitely ask, how long have we been stranded here, to get a sense of the time frame? And maybe, how long do you think it will take to get rescued? To stay optimistic and motivated.
Great points. I'd also ask, how long have you been familiar with survival skills, to gauge everyone's expertise and delegate tasks effectively? And, how long are we willing to last on these rations, to be realistic about our resources?
Excellent. You're using the phrase to assess your strengths, limitations, and resources. Remember, how long have you been can be crucial for making informed decisions in challenging situations. Now, let's think about how you can use it to build teamwork and communication.
I'd ask, how long have you been comfortable working in a team to encourage collaboration? And maybe, how long do you think we should spend on each task to ensure everyone is heard and feels involved?
I'd also ask, how long have you been feeling hopeful about our situation, to boost morale and keep spirits high? And, how long are we willing to keep supporting each other, to emphasize the importance of unity and resilience?
Fantastic. You're using the phrase to foster trust, communication, and a shared sense of purpose. Remember, how long have you been can be more than just a question about time. It can be a powerful tool for building community and overcoming adversity. Well done, everyone. You've taken How Long Have You Been on a remarkable journey exploring its versatility in different contexts, from the whimsical to the introspective. Remember, this phrase is not just about grammar, it's about understanding the world around you, connecting with others, and even reflecting on your own existence. Keep using it creatively, thoughtfully, and with a sense of curiosity. And who knows, maybe one day you'll find yourself asking, how long have I been? About some incredible adventure or life-changing discovery.
This final continuation concludes the conversation by highlighting the practical and emotional value of how long have you been. It encourages students to use the phrase not just as a grammatical tool, but also as a way to connect with others, build community, and explore their own lives and aspirations. By ending the lesson on a positive and optimistic note, it leaves students feeling empowered and ready to use the phrase in their own unique ways. I hope this final installment completes your request for the English conversation at English Easy School. It was a pleasure exploring the various uses of How Long Have You Been with you. Please let me know if you have any other ideas or questions in the future.
Hey everyone! A massive thank you to each and every one of you for tuning in to English Easy today. Your support means the world. Remember, if you enjoyed this lesson, hit that like button, share it with your friends who need a little English boost, and smash that subscribe button to join our awesome community. Let's keep learning English together.